Well, I mean, I think you just need to turn around
Why?
and put your hands behind your back.
I quit my high-paying job in the tech industry and moved to Montana to pursue my dream of starting my own whiskey distillery. Just around $25,000 to my name and a few pieces of equipment I brought with me. We're starting from scratch. Will our whiskey distillery be successful? We'll find out. This is Whiskey RP. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Last time I was with you, we were getting arrested and we were convicted for selling liquor without a license. We spent 9 months in prison. Luckily, we were able to get ourselves cleared for stealing the tractor. We were able to pull enough evidence together to show that it was a mistake and we were forgiven of that crime. But we have some things, some stipulations with our probation for the next 6 months. You can see here, we had to sell all of our businesses. Well, a good amount of them. The sugar factory is gone, the yeast factory is gone, and the whiskey factory is gone. I'm not allowed to purchase or build a whiskey factory until we are through our probation and out of debt. Let's take a look at that screen. So we still have $629,000 left of our debt that we originally had, and we have negative $14,000 left at the moment. Let's see how our fields are doing. We didn't have anybody there to really take care of them, so I would assume they're all in pretty bad state. All right, here we are. The grapes are, not looking good. Our wheat field withered away. Oh, soybeans I'm sure is the same way. Yes, the soybeans have withered as well. Okay, let's go look at our equipment. Let's see where we can start. We do have the sawmill still, but there isn't any lumber in there. Part of our agreement and the fines was to sell all of our goods that we had, and I negotiated being able to keep the equipment at least, so we do have a good amount of equipment. And also, if you didn't notice when we drove by, we have the old New Holland back. It is not running. We do need about $8 grand to repair it, so we'll have to get a little bit of income before we can repair that. You can see 100% damage. Yeah, so that might be a savior though, equipment wise, because the rest of our tractors, they're pretty small. Let's go in here and take a look. We do have the telehandler still, our nice direct drill there, our plow, the John Deere 4020 weeder there, mower here that we'll be able to take care of this. That'll be coming handy today. Spreader. We got our baler still. That'll come in handy. Another thing for weeding. The big cultivator that I don't think even with the New Holland we have enough power to pull now. We bought that because of the big John Deere that we lost. Yep, all our grape equipment still. Yeah, the rest of our sugar beet equipment seems to be here. The old skid steer, the nice harvester. That's going to come in handy. Luckily, we still have that. And our way of harvesting sugar beets, our windrower, and a couple trailers too. We got the auger, we got the trailer for the grapes, and our nice big truck. Oh, our water tank. We'll probably have to fill up water here, but we don't have any money to buy water. Oh man, where should we start? So obviously the priority should be getting these fields back in order so we can start making money and earning our way towards being able to get the whiskey distillery back. And that is still the ultimate goal. I have not been discouraged from that. We do have some plans that we're kind of phase 2 of the business that I think we're going to have to escalate a little bit to help us get out of this debt. And we'll unveil those along the way, but not to get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get our truck put away, and we need to start making some income. At minimum 15,000. We don't have a way to wrap the bales, and I need to end today with some money. So we need at least $14,097. And I think cutting grass and hoping we have enough to we're not gonna be able to wrap it. So we'll just cut it and turn it into grass bales, and we'll have to sell those right away. Find out where the best selling location for that is. And I think that's our starting point. So let's go ahead. We'll head on over to our grass field first. I don't know what kind of condition it's going to be in. Take a look over here. Not too bad. Expected yield 73%. We did not do the second layer of fertilizer. So I think we'll start with just this field for now and see how that does for us financially. And if we're able to bale these up and sell them and get out of debt and get enough to get the New Holland going, then we are in a pretty good state to move forward with some things. So let's get the windrower out. get that road, and then we'll bale it and see how we're sitting. And I can't remember if this tractor is strong enough to do this, but it looks like it is. Very nice. So that is one decent thing happening for us in our luck today. And one of the things we'll have to do today is swing by Ken's house. And unfortunately, that tractor that we accidentally bought illegally was Ken's. And I tried to reach out to him while the trial was going on, and he had no interest in talking to me. So I'm a little worried that we burnt some bridges in town that we need. So we'll definitely try to repair that relationship and see how that goes. I have been in touch with Isaac. He's very, very disappointed with me, to be honest with you, and really regrets selling that land to me. There is a possibility that we might sell that back as part of our debt recovery. I haven't really decided yet. Really wanted to see how a month or so goes. And like I said, we have 6 months probation, so we can't leave the state at all. Just to keep that in mind. One of the things I kind of thought about was selling everything and moving just to get a fresh start, but we'd have to stay in Montana if we did that, at least for 6 months, or just wait it out until that 6 months is over, and then we could move at that point. Yeah, a lot to think about as we try to repair our debt and our reputation around town. See how many bales we get out of this, and we'll get these sold right away. No clue how the market's doing right now for these, so that'll be a surprise when we get there. But yeah, let's get these wrapped, or not wrapped, we'll get them just baled. We can't wrap them because we don't have our wrapper anymore. All right, we get this little last bit. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we missed this last bit. 4, I think 6 bales here. I don't think that's going to be enough money, but we'll find out momentarily. So 39,000 liters of grass. Let's go see if that will be enough. Here we are. Let's find out. My guess is nowhere close. All right, that got us almost halfway through the debt. So we know we're in an uphill battle here. We're gonna have to cut more grass, and I think we probably have a large enough area by the grapevine that we can go ahead and take care of. So we'll head back and start getting that cut. So this whole area here should bring in a decent amount of money, and it's kind of sad because it would be a lot more money if it was turned into silage, but it is what it is. We got a ways to go, so we got to do some of this busy work to, you know, just get us back on the right track and start redeeming ourselves, because we're pretty embarrassed at this point in the mistakes we've made, and we got to pay the price. But we learned a lot over the last few years of just learning how to be a farmer, so it shouldn't take too long to recover. It's just going to take some time. Trying to get this windrowing done and get out of debt. The good thing about having that windmill back there is we got a little bit of extra cash. We're only at negative 79.60 now instead of, what was it, 8,042 or something a minute ago? Interesting to see when the hour tips over again to 1 o'clock how much money we get from that. We'll go ahead and get all this road up. I'm pretty confident that this area will do it. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to maintain the New Holland, but I think it should get us out of debt. Little lonely tree over here. Besides a little bit of issues bailing, it's been real nice being in the 40/20 again. Yeah, small equipment is fun, but to move as fast as we need to go to get out of debt here, we're gonna need to upgrade. You know, one of the things I had a lot to do over the last 6 months was read. So I did a lot of research on what we want to do with the farm and the additions that I want to do, and some of the stuff I had planned already, but with this adjustment financially and this limitation that, you know, the county and the state are putting on me till I can get the liquor license approved, really kind of changes those plans, and we'll have to speed up some of the things that I was wanting to do for the whiskey company. And they're going to get animals, and there's a reason for some of those animals that you'll find out soon. Let's get these baled up. I want to get at least maybe 10 of them prepped, take them over. See, I really want to get that New Holland up and running today and potentially cultivate one of these fields, because we're going to run out of time for planting since it is already fall. So we got to prioritize that. So we'll kind of keep track of the bales and kind of do an estimate of when we think we'll have enough money to be able to repair that, and then we can pop the New Holland on here and bust out the rest of the baling, and then maybe cultivate and potentially lime. I'll have to We'll have to check the soil and see if it needs limed or if we're okay. It seems like we might, gosh, cultivating or plowing. I might need to plow instead. We'll have to really think through that. Go ahead and leave the John Deere here because we could be wrong with our estimates. So we'll run over the truck, get these loaded up, and cross our fingers we have enough to repair the New Holland. And maybe we'll stop by and say hi to Ken too on the way. I think we're gonna be a little short. Let's see. I know this will get us out of debt, but will it be enough to repair the New Holland? So sad. Let's go ahead and we'll go say hi to Ken, or attempt to at least, and then we'll go bail the rest of those up. Should have just finished the field. First mistake being back. Now, I hope I'm not making a mistake by driving to his property. I felt like in person would be way better than making a phone call to him. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head on out here to his property. And, you know, we haven't been here for a while. So, I mean, I've talked to him on the phone a few times, and he was in the trial in the courtroom. He didn't seem too pleased with me, even though the charges were dropped and we had some witness testimony that helped us with that, and some GoPro footage actually helped. And one thing I did want to mention is they did find the people that sold that to me. They are in prison, and I don't know when they're going to get out. I haven't been really paying attention, but I don't think that's going to affect us much. Justice was served there, so their time's a little bit longer than mine. But here we are. Let's hopefully he's home and in a decent mood. It looks like his grass needs trim. Maybe I could see if he needs a favor with that. We'll see. I don't see anyone. Could be upstairs. Well, that was awkward. He basically told me to never come back or call him or anything again. So let's head home. Looks like we do not have Ken in our favor anymore. Just hoping to apologize in person. I attempted to. He didn't want to hear it, and said some choice words that I cannot share with you. So let's head home, get back to work. On a positive note, we're not in debt anymore, so let's get back to work. We'll bail the rest of this up, get it sold. That should definitely give us enough to repair. Hopefully it's enough for the loan payment as well, which is around, actually, I don't remember. It is $39.15, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. Yeah, we might have to sell a piece of equipment today. We'll see. Well, the last pass, I'm hoping to get 2 more bales out of it. You can see 1 and maybe 2, maybe. I don't think we're going to, though, but it would be nice. I think what we're going to do, I've been wanting to, for a while, to upgrade the skid steer anyways, so I think we're going to sell that, and when we get money coming in, we'll replace it. We might actually just get a different attachment for the telehandler and do all the work with that. We are not going to get 2 more bales. We did get 1 more though. That's good. And we'll get these loaded up and the skid steer like we mentioned, and head to the store and then to the shop as well to pick up the parts for the New Holland and sell the skid steer. All right, we got everything loaded up. We'll bring that bucket with us as well. 5 more bales. So things are looking promising here. So we did have enough for the repairs, but I don't think that's enough for the mortgage as well. So we'll go ahead and we will head to the store, get this sold, see if that does the trick for us to have just enough cash to get us by for another month while we prepare these fields to be profitable again. All right, we got 11,000 for all that. Pretty nice. We're sitting at 20, so I'm gonna now go into the store here and get the parts that we need. All right, so that was $7,692 of parts. So we'll head home and get that all repaired, and hopefully we can get that old New Holland to start back up for us. All right, let's go ahead down here, start working on it. That done. Work here, there. All right, I think that should do it. Let's see. Still not starting up. Let's tune this a little different here. Make some adjustments. Oh, there she goes. Oh, okay. So we probably will we'll be selling this soon, but we can get some good use out of it. I want to take it over here and wash it up too. Definitely be hooking the cultivator up to it here and seeing if we got enough power to pull that. If not, we will just use the plow. But I think we can get away with just cultivating the field. It's only been 9 months, and it's been plowed recently. We're going to start with the soybeans that went bad, and we're going to replant soybeans in there. I don't think we'll get to that today, but at least we can start getting that field prepped. Very exciting. This thing, oh, seems to be running pretty good. Go ahead and get this opened up, and we'll see. Hopefully, we got enough power here. Lower, it is lowered down. Yes. This is gonna do the trick. And we got enough time today to get this done, so it's not anywhere near time to plant soybeans, so we'll have to figure out what we can plant and go from there. And before we get comments about it, the soybeans would not have been withered yet, but we withered them just for the story. Just go with it. I am hoping to get the sawmill up and running today too. So hopefully we get this done before it's too dark, and I think that might be good use of our time because that can get some more income coming in. We can sell the planks right away, even if the prices aren't good. We're gonna be in one of those scenarios for quite a while where we're not going to really care about the price. We're just going to need to bring in money for a good amount of time until we get a good cycle of crops in. We need to prep the grapes too, though it might not be till spring until they start growing again. It would be nice to get them in a state where they're prepared for then. Make sure it's all mulched and everything before the time comes and pruned. So now that we have a little bit of cash, I did make a phone call to some of the old employees of Isaac's to see if they wanted to, or if they were willing to help out around the farm, and they turned me down as well. Starting to get a vibe that I'm not welcome in this town anymore, at least from the farming community. Got to figure out how to repair that reputation. Well, it is real nice being back in the tractor, cultivating, getting some work done, and not being in prison. It was a long 9 months, and we're back on the farm, and it feels good. I think, you know, I've been thinking about the people turning me down for work. No way I'm going to be able to get contracts to help with money. And Ken just really telling me off. I still need to get in touch with Isaac and see if he feels the same way. You know, this is the field that we might be selling back to him. Still haven't decided yet. We'll see how that conversation goes. And now that I think about it, it's kind of silly prepping this field first, but oh man, yeah. So we're gonna lay low for a while. We'll just keep busy on the farm. I don't think people will forget, but maybe they'll slowly, you know, earn their trust back. And that's really all we can do is, you know, slowly earn people's trust back by showing them that there's nothing really to worry about with us. And we'll stir up conversations when we run into people in town, but for the most part, we're going to mind our own business for a while here in Montana. It's nice to be back, though. There we go. All done. Let's put the cultivator away. We're going to head on over to the sawmill after that and potentially get that all loaded up and turned back on. Taking the good old telehandler out. I haven't been to the sawmill. I don't know if they took our wood chips as well. I would assume. Oh, good thing the puppy's doing good. But yeah, let's go find out. We'll chop down some trees. We're gonna have to cut them down into small pieces so that we can move them to the sawmill, but that shouldn't be too much work. At least while we still have some daylight, we'll get as much done as we can here in this August afternoon. And this field, yeah, oh man, it's so sad seeing all those crops just go to waste. So yeah, it's empty. I don't see any wood chips either. They really took everything from me, didn't they? All right, let's take these spruce trees down. Some of these old ones that are kind of dying off anyways. There we go, there's one down. That one's still good, but these ones, yeah, I think they're the ones that we've been wanting to focus on. So I'll get a handful of these cut down and then chopped down into even smaller bits and moved over to the sawmill and get that populated for the last thing we do in this August afternoon. Well, we've chopped down quite a bit of trees. We have 23,000 linear feet or liters, depending on who you ask. 23,000 units, I will call it, just for argument's sake, in the sawmill. We're gonna make planks, we're gonna make long planks, we're gonna make wood beams, and we're gonna make prefab walls. So that's the plan. Hopefully we have enough in here to get us overnight, and we'll learn a little bit about that in the morning to see how much that really does. But all in all, it's super nice to be back on the farm. Let's go ahead and head home, get a good night's sleep in our own bed for the first time in a long time. And this season of Whiskey RP, we're gonna do it. We're gonna become very successful, even more successful than we were trending in season 1. I can already feel it. We've got a lot of recovery to make here. Redemption story is just starting. I'm Socks Way Up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode of Whiskey RP.